I'm going to start actually with Richie Benaud because I know
Yeah.
we rescheduled this because you went to his funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So just tell me a bit about him and your working relationship with him and what his loss means to cricket.
Yeah, well, first of all, he's lost to cricket. I think he's had probably one of the biggest influence, if not the biggest influence on cricket. I sort of think he's the godfather, he's the Marlon Brando he was of cricket because, as a player, when he started, he was fantastic. He revolutionised leg spin bowling. He then went on to captain away, never lose a series. He went on then to broadcast for 50 years, and I think he's unanimously voted as the best broadcaster, not just in cricket, but he's their number one in cricket. But I reckon he's probably one of the best broadcasters in all sports.
I mean, you became tabloid targets. I guess anyone that you might go out with, and indeed anyone she might go out with, is going to make the papers.
Yes.
But there was this suggestion that she had this enormous influence on your image and your changed image.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about this once and for all.
Yeah.
Have you had work done?
What do you think? Have a look at my face. No, I haven't. Thank you very much.
Something's gone on though, Shane, because you don't look like you used to.
Yeah.
And people, blokes will say this, not just women. Maybe around the eyes, a nip and a tuck.
No, I haven't had anything. I promise you, I guarantee. And if I did have anything, I would actually say, yeah, I had some work done. I have no issue.
You've been open about the hair because you do the stuff for advanced
and that's what
hair.
I'm saying. So I've got no issue with saying if I went in to have some knife stuff done or work done or whatever, I've got no issue with saying I've had something done. And I was sort of giving my ex-wife and I were giving it another sort of go, and she was married at the time too. So nothing happened when we first met, but there was chemistry. There was something there. And then over time, I was doing my TV show back in Australia, and I was coming to England a fair bit, interviewing Chris Martin. I was interviewing Jeremy Clarkson, Susan Boyle, and some others. And so I was coming back here all the time, and then we'd catch up and just have a lunch or dinner and something like that. And once it got to a stage where we both thought we want to see more of each other and see what happens, we sort of told our respective partners, and that was all in private. And then we went out one night and kissed after dinner, and then suddenly that was snapped and all that sort of stuff, which we didn't know because here we go. There's a fire alarm and that went off in our hotel, which is all a bit sus.
Can you understand why? I mean, on one hand, you've got the perception of you is this kind of...
Perception doesn't always equal reality, but anyway.
I actually agree with you, and even in this first 5 minutes, my perception's changed, but you've got this uber glamorous, sort of beautiful English rose, and what people perceive as quite a kind of gruff Aussie. I'm sorry if that sounds rude.
I think that's probably kind.
There was some cynicism, was it a publicity stunt? How were these two different minds, how did they meet?
Yeah, well, we met at the races. And first of all, publicity stunt is just a joke when anyone thinks that, because I wouldn't have I've got 3 children back in Australia. I've got businesses. I've got my foundation, which raises money for seriously ill and underprivileged children, which we've raised $7 million for. So I wouldn't just up stumps and come and live on basically the opposite side of the world,
of course,
buy a house for a lot of money. And I was sort of giving my ex-wife and I were giving it another sort of go, and she was married at the time too. So nothing happened when we first met, but there was chemistry. There was something there.